Right, very good morning. And the sun is shining. Newcastle United, well, we sit in third position. And I did tell you that we keep pushing, that's what we're going to be getting, third. Now, last night's game, I couldn't watch last night's game because of that circle, the one where it's doing that. So I couldn't watch it. However, I did watch Evermore NUFC. Was in the chat for a little bit, where they were talking about the match, and a couple of things. Jacob Murphy's goal, absolutely fantastic. And do you want to know something, right? They're on about Tonali and when he scored his thunderous shot. Was it a cross? Was it a shot? Well, one thing I'll say is this. The power that ball was hit with, well, it wanted to burst the back of the net. And, yeah, into that very small space between the keeper and the post. Epic. However, another thing, a bone of contention, was the soft penalty. I mean really, really soft penalty. Where Nick Porter's came out and basically he went to punch the ball and he does punch the ball. However, one of the Crystal Palace players goes down like a bag of hammers. And that penalty, Gordon Bennett, man. What a soft penalty. He didn't deserve to score. And that's the honest truth. Now, before I carry on, last night, Alice talks football, and Alice was saying that who would have believed Newcastle United would have sat in third place? Well, me, as I posted on her video yesterday, well, late last night. I've always believed Newcastle would get third. They've got to keep third. That's the important bit. It's no good just getting to third and then taking one foot off the accelerator. No. We've got to keep going. We have to keep producing points so that we build a block where nobody can leapfrog the top of us. So, after that really, really bad penalty, Harvey Barnes gets in on the action. Now, Harvey has been doing absolutely epic. And Harvey Barnes bursts into the box and he goes to cross it to Alexander Isak. However, Marc Ghei, well, he's in between the two of them. And apparently, because the ball clatters off his inside thigh, well, that goes in the back of the net. But it's how it went in the back of the net. Which is why the goal was given to Ghei and not Barnes. But Harvey was not flustered, not at all. And shortly afterwards, excellent through ball, puts him in. Now, the ball came through Joe Linton, Sandro Tonali to Barnes, and what a run. Absolutely epic. Now, there's one player who had loads of opportunities, but I'm going to save him for last. Now, like I say, with the game, we were just all over Crystal Palace, and every time they tried to do something, well, we were in the way. And do you know what it is, right? There was a free kick late on in the game, and it was a little bit of a ball backwards before the kick came in, and with that, Fabian Schar nicks in, bang, far corner. So, at this time, we had 4 goals, and eventually he did score. Yes, he did. He had plenty of opportunities. Headers, he had shots which were palmed by the keeper, but eventually Alexander Isak got his goal. And that was an absolutely blasted goal. Why? Because Crystal Palace were messing around just outside of their box, and Big Joe stuck his toe in and freed the ball so Alexander Isak could smash it. Now, we have the weekend, we've got Aston Villa away, and one thing I'll say to you is this: Aston Villa has always been a tough place to play, always. But with the form that we are in currently, I'm going to go for 3-0. Goal scorers are going to be Harvey Barnes, Alexander Isak, and Jacob Murphy. So that's my thoughts for the weekend, and hopefully between now and the weekend we will get some very positive news from the club as to Eddie Howe coming away from hospital after being treated for pneumonia. Let's hope. Cross my fingers. But as I say, with the way Newcastle have been playing and the points that Newcastle has been accumulating, we have had the odd little dip, but once that dip has happened, we have been steamrolling back in and gaining the points. So everything is looking very, very positive. And what I want to see is in the next 6 games, because there are 6 games left, I want to see Newcastle United cement 3rd place. Some people are talking maybe we can get 2nd. Concentrate on cementing 3rd place, and if the opportunity arises, then go for 2nd. But I've always said since the start of this season that 3rd is better than 4th. So there we go. And the one thing I want to say is this: to Alice, who supports Manchester United, and she does absolutely beautiful videos where she talks about Newcastle United, and you know, she supports Manchester United. They are her team, but I think she does have a soft spot for our club. Now, the one thing I will say is this: between now and the end of May, if what I've said happens and Newcastle United can keep on getting the points, more goals, I would dearly love it to see with our players Harvey Barnes, Jacob Murphy, Anthony Gordon get past 10 goals. There's 6 games left, so there's plenty of opportunity. And this is what I'm looking at, the bigger picture, which is Newcastle United back in the Champions League, no stress about 4th or 5th. We just keep pushing because we have 3rd. So that's what I'm looking at. And what I also want to see is I'm going to be doing live videos for Seeking You and for Geordie Nation, to link both of them up with their respected domains. So yes. And one thing I also will say to all of you, and it's this: there's a lot of people who don't believe. A lot of people who said at the beginning of the season, there's no way we were going to get 3rd. I was dreaming. There was no way I was going to be able to do what I've done. Well, I don't like to burst your bubble, but Newcastle United sit in 3rd, 6 games left, and both Seeking You needs to be fixed. Geordie Nation needs to go live in April. The game, well, I'm thinking something really, really special for the game. And